Good morning and welcome to the week on our program Midweek Connect. But before we go into that, let's bring to you the news update this morning. Nigeria's leadership role in advancing Africa's energy security has been reaffirmed at the Africa's Oil Week 2025 Ministerial and CEO Leadership Forum in Accra, Ghana. Nigeria's Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Enikin Dokpobiri, also called for deeper regional integration. Lydia Samson reports.
Enikin Dokpobiri reiterates that integration remains the most effective strategy to end Africa's energy poverty, noting that shared infrastructure, harmonized standards, and technical expertise will enable the continent secure its energy future.
If you don't produce enough crude oil, you won't have enough to also refine. We're having that problem in Nigeria today because we're not producing enough to meet our domestic demand and also our international obligations. And so the time has come for us, as countries to co-develop some kind of infrastructure, some kind of, investments in refining, in storage, in transportation, in distribution, so that we'll be able to collectively, provide the solution that is needed, by Africans.
He wants an end to Africa's heavy reliance on imports, revealing that the continent spends over $120 billion annually on hydrocarbon imports. He stressed that with deliberate policies, these funds will remain within Africa to fuel development priorities. Dokpobiri urged participants not to forget that investors make long-term decisions based on stability and predictability. Therefore, Africa must harmonize its policies to attract and retain investment. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
Nigeria's economy is showing renewed strength as the National Bureau of Statistics releases fresh inflation figures for August. Experts say the report points to a consistent drop in inflation, stronger foreign reserves, and a healthier threat balance, which reflects the impact of ongoing reforms. Midweek reports.
National Bureau of Statistics announced that headline inflation slowed down in August to 20.12% from 21.88% in July, showing the fifth consecutive monthly decline. Analysts say this trend signals that government's bold economic reforms are gradually stabilizing prices and restoring confidence.
What we should be celebrating is that we are pushing further and further away from the cliff. Okay, meaning that we are not inching towards recession, and that's noteworthy. Okay, but a lot of these efforts, I must also say, is at the level of the national.
Nigerians who feel the effects in markets and households are hopeful for more relief in the months ahead.
For like rice, beans, all this food stuff, before we buy it at a high cost, but now it has reduced.
The price of food stuff, it has actually come down, but other narratives like the fueling, the transportation are still on the high side. The prices will be coming down, but on my own aspect of my own vehicle I'm using now, this thing we buy it at the rate of 7,000 naira, but now it's 15,000 naira.
Nigeria also reported a record trade surplus, with non-oil exports now contributing almost as much as crude oil at 48 versus 52%. In a similar development, Nigeria's foreign exchange reserves are on the rise, climbing from $32 billion to nearly $42 billion within 2 years. According to economy watchers, the boost in revenue is helping to channel surplus funds into infrastructure and social projects.
It's actually giving a good signal for foreign investors because they will believe that they are coming to where there is a stable economic and there is a better foreign reserve for the country. And also it also help our foreign exchange. This will help our foreign exchange, especially our naira, to have much more value.
With reforms taking root, it is hopeful that Nigeria is steadily building momentum towards stronger and more sustainable growth. In Abuja, Moplang Dakok, NTA News.
Collective action based on scientific evidence are needed to protect the planet and its future. This is a call for action as World marks International Day for Preservation of the Ozone Layer. Jude Abugu reports that this year's theme also emphasizes the power of scientific discovery in assisting policy formulation and inspiring international cooperation towards the protection of the ozone layer.
Human activities such as deforestation, carbon emissions, fossil fuel combustion, burning of refuse, and use of pesticides contribute to the release of harmful chemicals that deplete the ozone layer. These harmful practices have continued over the years, and environmentalists are concerned about their impact on the ozone layer and the planet Earth.
Ozone layer is the layer that shields us from the dangerous ultraviolet rays from the sun. These rays are capable of inflicting injury to our skin cancer and cataract, and other health complications.
All of us will be able to bequeath to generation that is coming behind us a sustainable environment. If the ozone is not protected, this world will not be comfortable for any living being, including even plants, the animals, and all of that.
Since the adoption of Vienna Convention on Protection of Ozone Layer in 1985, world leaders have continued to take positive steps to preserve the ozone layer. Although tremendous progress has been made in ending the ozone layer depletion, there is still call for renewed commitment from global stakeholders.
The substances that are depleting the ozone layer, as discovered by scientists, were programmed to be gradually phased out.
Thank God today there is a report. The ozone hole is reducing in size. And our own aspiration is to ensure that actually the hole is sealed up to protect the life of humans and the general environment.
Nigeria, in synergy with the world, is taking a lot of actions. One, they banned the use of CFCs. There is prohibition against open burning. The use of environmental friendly chemicals, and there is campaign on proper disposal of refuse.
With the theme From Science to Global Action, this year's International Day for Preservation of Ozone Layer seeks to create more awareness and draw global attention to the underlying factors that still impede global efforts to protect the ozone layer. In Benin, Jude Abugu, NTA News.
And that's it on News Update. Midweek Connect comes up in just a moment. Please stay.